Good afternoon and hello everyone. Welcome to Alumni Conversation. My name is Selena Bryan and I look after the alumni engagement for both Les Roches and Glion and would like to give a warm welcome to any alumni and or students who are joining us today. Thank you for those that are attending live and also to those who are watching this recording later on. Alumni Conversation is a series which brings together alumni across the globe from all sectors, both in and out of hospitality, to discuss hot topics and share information we think might be interesting, helpful, or useful for you, especially given the current situation that we find ourselves in, continuing to deal with the daily impacts that COVID has on both our personal and professional lives. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce and welcome you as well to James Lemon, who is the founder of The GrowthWorks.
Lovely. Thanks, Selena, and welcome everyone. You're really excited to be invited here by the kind of Glion, Les Roches team. We primarily are a strategy consultancy for hotel chains and for kind of technology companies and hospitality. How can mentoring help? Well, you may have found your training budgets have been cut back, or you may have found that there's just less time to just talk and share ideas and kind of talk about you and where you want to go as a career. So tapping into people who are quite objective, they're not invested in your career right now. They're not invested in your company succeeding. But what they have is great field experience and an outside, fresh perspective. We believe everyone benefits from mentoring. Better managing the current reality, so getting a really fresh perspective on the problem in front of you right now. Learning strategies and tools for the recovery. Again, I use the example of Stefan, an ex kind of marketing leader, really able to share ideas on people's plans, the kind of things you should be looking for to better understand customer segmentation and better target different types of customers. We've got 3 or 4 revenue management forums, and they're talking about what data sources are now out there, because suddenly last year's performance tells you nothing about the next few months. So you've got to be looking for new data sources, and even just sharing what are some of the great tools out there that are good, and or some of the ones to avoid and just don't really do what it says on the tin. And then, of course, this idea of discussing work with objective experts and getting a second opinion on things. You'll look fantastic internally if you've gone and sought fresh perspective. But it's also really about tomorrow. It's about equipping for the future. No doubt you're planning your future roles and your next few years in hospitality. Having people who have been there before and been able to share their journey, the kinds of roles they accepted, the kind of skills that they developed along the way, I think is really useful.
I also mentor for the Institute of Hospitality, and I do teach at a couple of universities in hospitality programs. I think being a mentor is just a great way of giving back to the industry, and also sort of really making sure that the future generation of leaders that we'll have in our industry don't need to reinvent the wheel. Okay, I mean, you get a bit of help from the older guys.
Right now, I'm in Guatemala. I was in the hospitality industry for over 15 years, and I founded a consultancy and digital marketing agency back home. The reason why I got involved into mentorship is, to echo Martin's comment, is really giving back. At least in my field, there is a void of agencies, client, and hotel customers. So I really like trying to fill that void and support students or people that are changing fields, guide them in the hospitality industry and also in the digital field area.
Actually, probably why I joined the GrowthWorks as a mentee was for 2 different reasons. Mentorship is more of a professional verbiage term, although I think we've all been exposed to mentorship in a different essence, to be connected with just a group of professionals that have just a vast wealth of experience. So it was very beneficial for my job and to keep me sane in a sense as well.
Crisis no one had control over, but I decide how I control and how I respond to these unfortunate situations. So I joined the GrowthWorks mentorship program in early April because I needed to grow professionally and personally, especially during the lockdown. And thanks to James, Marina, and Patrick as my mentor, I have. The GrowthWorks mentorship program, it's not only a great platform to network with experts and students of the industry, but also you develop yourself in many aspects.